let's see what they've got for you. Little message. Okay, let's have a look. Just excuse me for one moment, please. Welcome. Many of you are going through changes, and we are aware of the big changes that you are going through on your planet right now. And yes, we usually begin this way because we are always fully observing the energy on your planet. We're aware, like the energy forecast and like your weather, it changes from time to time and fluctuates. We're aware of, many of you, that the changes that you are going through at this time, your own energy shifts, and many of you are struggling because trying to understand what has happened in your world and your life. But there are many of those changes that are happening that maybe that we can help with some information that might help you to understand yourself so much better than you have done before. We're aware of your energy because your energy connects to us as well. Part of the universal energy is the connection of the light energy that you all carry. You come in with the light energy, and it is because you are so freshly born into the world. It is still there. You are equipped. There are many babies that you'll see smiling and gurgling, and some will say, oh, maybe this is just wind. Maybe it's not. Maybe the baby is coming in with the divine light and can see the world very different from how you see it. Many of you who are listening to this, many of the adults that you have gone through many of your experiences, has dulled some of your light to some degree. But do not be alarmed. The light can always switch back on again and shine. But it's very much so that you focus on switching the light back on. How can you change your world around you if you are not changing too? You have to accommodate what is to come into your life to make space for this. It is not for you to sit back in the chair and wait for it to change. It will not change this way. You see, your thoughts do create the energy internally within you. And then this is then sent out. Your brain, your thought processes, and this is why you're equipped with your brain to process your life. But many of you rely totally just on the brain. Now, imagine the changes within you internally, and imagine how your brain becomes so caught up with the ego of itself and fighting the battle. Doesn't want to change to some degree because the ego part of yourself has kept you safe. It's done a very good job, but sometimes so safe that then you do not expand, or you worry about the expansion of yourself. And expanding just means because you become more aware of your world and the life, the family that you are born into, and so forth and so forth. There is always a time in your life where there is some drama or chaos that occurs, the life chaos that creates the change internally and externally around you. We have been observing the changes for some time. There are some of us here that have walked the human existence because needing to understand how you live, how you survive on your planet. So many of us are aware of the heartache that you suffer. And we will say suffer because there's not much enlightenment when you're going through or traveling through the actual experience itself. It is only afterwards and further on that if you are lucky, maybe, or have this awareness of making the changes, that you can shine some light onto this. There is a reason why it is called the shadow work and working with the inner shadows, is because the darkness has crept in. The darkness means there are fragments of lifetimes and experiences that have occurred that have darkened and dulled your light to some degree. The light is with us too. You return back to light. You're never going to see a doorway with a dark light when you're ready to pass through the veil and come to us. You always will see the light. The light welcomes you back here. You become one again. You become one of the collective. you join us back into the fold. We're always welcoming. But being the human and having your experiences of life challenges can, of course, dull and darken your own inner light, and you get stuck. Now, many of you focus on what is the disaster of your life, and you leave all your memories and feelings on what is going wrong for you in your life or how you are feeling in that darker place. We understand. There are many of you who call this depression. We have lived within Anne, and we are aware from her experiences also what this depression will feel like, the darker side of the life. We are aware of those experiences. We're also aware, and we are helping you to understand that when you focus your energy on lack of or caught up in the emotions of the darkness, you stay stuck. Somehow you feel helpless that you cannot help yourself. You feel as if there is no change, there is no going back, there is nothing, there is no light. Some of you on your planet, we are aware that turn to alternative help, as in possibly there's substances to help you to get out of your mind. Some of you have these experiences which take you elsewhere, to other dimensions of time and space, and you lose yourself for some time. The light cannot be mimicked to some degree. Many of those who have passed through will tell you the light is very different from the experiences that many of you have encountered. The closest would be through your meditation and seeking that deeper. And we know we can hear many of you going, oh, here they go again, meditation. We are aware that many of you do not do the meditation, and this is just who you are and where you are on your journey. We only suggest the meditation because then it quietens your mind to some degree so that you can just observe what is happening and occurring around you. It is just so that it takes your mind away for some time. If you think of those who practice religious beliefs and faiths, and that they sit in meditation to some degree, even through prayer, we can see that as meditation. It is just taking your mind away from your situation that you are occurring or living in at that present moment. It is literally to give you the time and space to take that moment. There are many of you that are battling with your ego right now, and many of you wonder what we mean by the word even ego in itself, and let us explain. There are many parts to you, and the part that wants to keep you safe wants no change, because it is used to how it has done the situation, how the role is played in your life. It feels that it is their job to protect you. And of course, if there is change, there is this worry, then you have to be on the lookout to see, what is it we need to now to be aware of to protect the individual? And this is hard work. It is like the lazy part of yourself to some degree by taking in all the information. But when you go through change, it is quite active in the sense that it is like that voice in your head that may hold you back or may judge you or criticize you. It is the part of yourself that is the annoying voice in the back of your head holding you back. That is the ego worried about the changes that you might encounter. It is like the individual has somebody who's policing it, and then you have your own security guard in your head and saying, oh no, you mustn't do this. Imagine like the visor vest, the yellow fluorescent vest and the clipboard. So no, you mustn't go here. If you do this, you may fall over, you may break a bone. No, you mustn't go after that particular person because they are going to think you're silly. And an old school memory may come up that the ego has found in the back of the store cupboard and shows you and says, look, this might occur. So the ego's job is doing a good job of protection. But then how will you change? How can you possibly change if you are battling with your ego? Of course you can. Many of you find this is difficult. And we are aware because you are a bag full of emotions. Yes, it is like a giant soup bag. all the emotions and chemicals and everything else and hormones and everything that's floating around in this meat suit that you're wearing to accommodate, to help your soul to experience, of course. Your soul has to learn. It wants to learn. It became consciously aware of itself. Your soul was part of one with us and then decided, became consciously aware that it was something and needed to come somewhere to explore, to express itself, to feel. And when it has done its job of exploring, expressing, and traveling through many lifetimes, then returns back to the light. There was something yesterday that was during a workshop that was mentioned, and we would like to cover this also. And spoke of the golden nuggets that you have in life, those golden nuggets of smiling, feeling loved, feeling connected with others, those deep feelings that rise to the surface. That is the feeling within the divine. When you are part of the divine, it is this happiness, this feeling that you are belonging, feeling that you are loved. Many of you on your planet may be traveling through this process at the moment where you feel unloved or unconnected because of the changes you are going through. There is this feeling that we suggest of those who are seeking out their perfect partners to feel completed, that you're trying to look in someone else for that completion of yourself. We would like to take our hat off, even though we are not wearing our hats, to Helen, as she mentions this, yes, and filters all information. We hear the information. We have become one with Anne to some degree. So we are aware of her life and her conversations. Of course we are, because we are one, like we are one with each and every one of you. We're aware of your full process. But this information was needed and served a purpose. No one can complete you but yourself. But there is this need that feels within each and every one of you to feel complete, loved. Come in with this. Remember, as the baby that you come into the world, you've had this love before your soul enters into this world, this divine love of light that you have been from. And this whole process, the painful process in some cases of the labor of love, you see, labor of love, labor coming forward onto your planet. And depending on the families that you are born into, and of course, even those families that you feel is the loving family, still may not feel 100% complete. Because how can you? Because completion could be within the divine light. The hunting and searching for love or completion within the feelings of feeling whole is your journey and your journey alone. It is for you to sit with those feelings, but not to get swallowed up and drowned in those feelings. It is to be mindful, like watching the clouds, not to create the characters, but just to be aware when the ego is resisting and screaming and doesn't want to leave, and it's the darker self, and then the shadow is moving around saying, no, this is how we do everything all the time. And then the lighter part of yourself is like, no, there is change. I want change. I want to listen to that music. I want to go out with my friends. I want to enjoy myself. I want a better job. I want a better partner. I want to move away from my situation. Of course, the ego is going to try and scream louder, and the ego is that inner voice of saying, you are complete. The divine light, universe, God, whatever you wish to call it, is all one. We are all one here. It is not one individual. It is a collective. Like, as we are talking to those who are within this live audience, it is a collective. Those who hear this elsewhere, it is a collective. You are becoming one with the collective. The more that you tune in, the more you do your work, you then personally hear your messages. This is about enabling you, not to seek out an individual, but to enable yourself so that you can connect. This is just a tool that we help the voice to be heard through us. Not that we wish to call her a tool. She helps us to facilitate. We work hand in hand. We're aware there will be some questions, and we are here to answer some questions, maybe regarding some of the conversation that we have discussed. And maybe there may be other information that may be spoken, but we are here for a short time. We're aware of her energy, and so we do not wish to take up too much of her time. You have an audience here, and I'm here to answer any questions.
The story that I want to share is that I had a client several years ago that I met in my psychology practice, and she used to refer to her body as a skin suit. And she was a really, really interesting individual. And, looking back now, I think about her very often as I've been developing and doing a lot of this work, because she um, was somebody in her early 20s who always just really struggled to find her place in the world, and especially among other fellow human beings. And she referred to her body as a skin suit, said that when she looked in the mirror, she didn't really identify with her body. Like, that's my skin suit. Like, I'm here, but that's my skin suit. And she also, when she was younger, she had what we call selective mutism. So she knew how to speak and talk, but she just didn't speak for many, many years. I think maybe until the fifth grade. She wouldn't say a word, not in school, not to anybody. And then she did start talking, but I think, and then I did this projective assessment testing with her, and where basically you give them photos like ups, and they tell a story about what they're seeing in the picture. And then I can give you a little insight into kind of like their psyche or what's going on in their mind. And in every single picture, she described like orbs like of light, and it was very like metaphysical, but she wasn't really aware of metaphysics and didn't really have that understanding within herself. And of course I didn't at the time either, but it just really made me laugh, because I'm thinking about like, I really don't laugh. The Me Too comment made me laugh, but it made me think about her, and also made me think about how if I met her outside of the context of traditional psychology, maybe I could have offered her more assistance. And it's just interesting because I think about her often, and then that comment really made me think about her. So there's really not much to share other than kind of like the limits, I guess, of psychology, which is something we talked about before in the setting of these groups, and how there's so much more to just what meets the eye.
Love that. Thank you for sharing, because it's something you shared, because the thing is, it's like they're showing me books with you, as they always do, but also for children as to understand themselves better. So with the light, because they've been talking to me a lot about the light recently, and I shared this the other day that when I actually died and I was on the other side, that I felt this unconditional love, which I've never felt in my whole life. I've never ever felt that. But there's glimpses of it sometimes in some things I do. And so like with children especially, like they are so closely connected that they've just come forward from the other side. So their soul, I mean, and it's interesting, I had a client the other day that they rushed back into their body because the journey they had been on was with their soulmates, and they had been killed in a war. And she rushed back in so quick. And in this lifetime, this woman, I think she's 83, 84, and she's married 4 or 5 times, and she just can't find her soulmate. It was as if that love of her soulmate was that something that's drawn her here and carried her forward.
84, she was still trying to find him, and 4 marriages later, and she still couldn't find him. But that we also find the light in some of the relationships we have, and in love. And children also, the unconditional love, what they give you or you give them. I mean, being a parent, it's not always that, but you know, that love, that quality. So like with yourself, I know that they're saying to me that for the books that you'll put out for the children as well, it might be those books, and from the work that you do, you know, in psychology, that children then can try to help themselves, where conventional psychology can't help them. The work that you do and the more the knowledge that you're learning will actually be able to share it with those individuals. You'll have more insight.
Yeah, that's good to know. It almost makes me want to cry, like thinking about how much more I could have given her if I'd known more at the time, or if, and I'm not saying that in a self-deprecating way, but it's like, I guess it's like just that this really touches my heart. Like these children who are like struggling to find their place in the world and don't know what to do, and then they seek help through traditional counseling and come into contact with people like myself who did provide an incredible amount of support. And I do think I helped her in a lot of ways. But even then, looking back, it's really interesting because I always knew there was something more going on with her, but I didn't really know what. I was like, I remember thinking about her and like telling my clinical supervisors, like, she's not from this planet. And like, quite literally, no, like, she's not from this planet. And I wish I could have done more to support her. So it's good to know, I guess, that I'll be able to pay it forward. But just like almost feeling like a feeling of like grief.
Just hearing now from them is a sense that humans never forget an experience or an emotion. So that emotion, that strong emotion that you're having now, that feeling, that experience of that, and now because of your journey that you're on and where you're in at yourself right this minute in time, that it will always remind you, like now as you go forward, how much you can give to others, because you've had this particular moment in time where you thought about it. You weren't ready for it then. So the person that you are now and the person you're becoming is ready for that job, that task. The change actually, the change on the planet is actually ourselves individually changing. Speak of the light, I mean, some of the individuals here on the screen now do like some of the soul development courses I run, or the psychic mediumship courses I run. And everything that comes up is that what they're saying is it's about us individually being aware of ourselves changing, because then that's the energy we send out. So at the moment on the planet, when there's so much change going on, it's because there's lots of people now who are becoming aware that through situations that they've gone through, that they're starting to wake up slowly and going, oh, but actually I don't need to live life like this anymore. Actually, I can make a change. And from the moment you wake up and you go, hang on, I don't want to live life like this anymore. What's to say I should live in that, you know, be in that job or that relationship or that situation? Actually, I want to change things around. So if we look at the globe, the planet, if we look back the last couple of years, there was a major shift for everyone where, you know, how our life was turned upside down because of the virus that we had on our planet. And that has really helped shifted the feeling of people going, right, okay, well, if we, you know, some people before were told, you know, by their HR departments at work, you can't work from home. And then suddenly we've got this major shift and now they are working from home. So it can be changed, there can be those changes. So when they talk about this change that's happening on the planet, it's the individual changes that are happening internally within you. So for you to see the witness, to see the change, is for you to do the internal work. When they say meditation, as in, you know, like when I work with my clients and students, the meditation doesn't necessarily have to be that you have to be in a quiet place. It's that you could be walking, meditating. So the idea is you're just taking your mind away from your bills or problems or anything that's going on, is that you're focusing mindfully on what's going on around you, as in could be nature. That's a great way of like to do that meditation, as in walking in nature and to feel it. Your heart is so open. That is why you feel so much, and why sometimes it can be so unbearable. You are with that feeling we speak of. You wonder and judge yourself far too much. You are the healer, but healers also pay the price in their personal lives too. And you are paying that price in a sense because you feel the world.
You feel those who are suffering. We're aware that you feel. But we would ask for you also to do the healing regularly on yourself too. You will continue to feel like this to some degree because this is the gift that you give to the world. You give this gift because you are feeling the pain, you are feeling the anxiousness, you are feeling the heartache, you are fully aware. And that is why you sometimes feel so separate from us. And that is the same for many of you. The more heartache that you have, you feel that you are so disconnected from source. It is just having that awareness that yes, you are not physically here, but you also can still reach us. When you are with the horses and the animals, you are connected to us. We feel you. We are aware of you. A horse cannot lie, or an animal cannot lie about the love that it feels for the human by its side. And that is why we often speak of animals and the humans together and connecting. An animal's heart is innocent. There is no evil within that heart. And that is why you are pulled in that direction to do the work that you do. We are aware of you. We are aware of who you are. And we are aware that sometimes you can be in conflict with yourselves. This is just that there is a change. But we send you with love, much love, as we acknowledge you and feel your pain.
I think the biggest thing that I'm hearing is that literally that it's for you to be aware that they are around you and that, okay, thank you. That's interesting. Let's have a little look what they're saying. Okay, they're talking about the dreams right now. Okay, they're talking about the dreams that they are always around you. So if you're having any loved ones that are popping into dreams right now, or you're feeling your dreams are a little bit chaotic, whatever's happening for anyone right now with any of those dreams that are feeling a little bit chaotic and feeling a bit disjointed and trying to make sense of them right now, I am hearing there's like a bit of a shuffling going on with the energy. It's affecting everyone's energy. So it may feel actually that when you enter or allow yourself to go into dream, because as we know with your soul, when you're in your dream work, you're actually moving in and out of different dimensions in time and space. So it's not clear cut as in this dimension's here and this dimension's there. It's very different. So you're moving in and out, hearing the information from those loved ones that find it easier to pop in and out of dreams. So they just said, so remember to say about the dream work. I went, okay, fine. So within your dreams right now, some of you might be having a little bit of chaos going on, as they just said, but it's literally because you're moving in and out. There's changes. Okay, thank you. They just said because there's the energy shift in yourself, because this energy emotional shift that's going on for each and every one of you, what's happening is it's almost like having a shake up here as well on this side. I always say this side, just so that you're aware of like the energy that you're bringing in, or the energy that you're moving in and out of. Okay, thank you. They just showed me like a balloon like membrane, so you're popping in and out when you're moving in and out. Okay, thank you. And I'm like, how is that possible? So I'm asking them. It's almost like imagining that the film of a balloon is porous. They're just sort of saying so porous in the sense of, oh, how the work that you do on yourself energetically, where however high or the frequency that you move at the frequency of the speed of the membrane. Okay, that's interesting. So you're moving in and out. So to do with your own frequency, you'll be able to move in and out that different dimension. So the more that you're shifting, the more that you're becoming aware of yourself, then you're able to move in and out. Okay. And they're sort of saying to me also with loved ones, of course, they're going to tune into your heart, your energy of how you're feeling. So however you're feeling yourself, wherever you might need some direction or help or assistance, it's like their energy comes closer, because they're talking about the frequency, they're giving me musical notes. The tune of their energy is similar to yours. It becomes connected. So it sort of weaves again in and out. Let's have a little look. It's interesting. They're talking about a lot about newborn babies here. They're sort of showing me that there feels like a preparation of these newborn babies that are coming in. Okay, let's have a little look. Okay, and of course they're talking about the star seeds, as we know about star seeds who are coming in on the planet right now, because there is this frequency. Okay, thank you. It's almost like okay, thank you. They just showed me like almost like the internal view of a womb. Sorry, I'll explain. So like the womb that we have, when your preparation for the egg to, you know, where it's going to sit, I'm not medically trained, where it sits within the womb, they're sort of showing me the eggs moving through, and it's getting ready to come on board and come in. Now they're talking about the star seeds when they're becoming ready. It's like the womb has to be prepared. The womb, the environment has to be prepared for them to come onto the planet Earth. And they come in with the light. They're sort of saying, okay, so they're sort of saying that there's, let's have a little look, because they're talking about certain periods when they come into the light. Okay, thank you. They say like the soul really decides whether that they're showing me the egg. It's sort of, they just said they're going like this, like the capsule, that's the egg. The capsule is ready for them. The frequency of it matches up as well. There's something there about matching up. Okay, let's have a little look. So, okay, the frequency within the person, that'll be female, is carrying, is ready for them as well. Okay, I don't know why they're going on about this, but they're just talking about the preparation of the womb. They're talking about the preparation of the individual being ready to receive that particular light, and they're talking about the starseed ready to come on board. So they're talking about there is a lot of on the planet right now, how it's shifted the frequency. Okay, thinking, and they said there's something like, I had a conversation today with someone about my environment shifting the energy. Got my smelly sticks and ran around with. They sort of said about the energy around each of you and your home life and your environments, and that's changing too. So it's about shifting, changing the energy, and the same with the star seeds. The whole planet as a house, they're talking about the home, is shifting and changing. So it's becoming a lot easier for those star seeds to come onto the planet. That's what they just said. If we just prepare ourselves, if we just take this time and space, so just allowing yourself to have this time and space. Sometimes it helps to closing your eyes. That may help. There we go. Brilliant. There we go. Just be aware of this time and space for yourself. Closing your eyes and allowing yourself to connect to your physical self. Being aware of your energy within your physical body. Be aware of your soul existence at this time. Allowing yourself with your physical feet to connect to the ground, the floor, wherever it is that you are resting your physical self. Just like a tree, as we will always see, the tree of life. Imagining those roots as you're allowed to extend down from the soles of the feet. Pushing down, deeper down, and allowing yourself, just like the tree, to connect to Mother Gaia, the earth. Allowing your energy to connect. For those who are finding this moment in time difficult, always by grounding the soles of your feet and allowing your roots to connect to the inner source will help you on this journey. Allow yourself there now, being aware of the earth and what it gives back to you continuously, the love, the support, the encouragement. Your earth fills you with kindness and warmth. It is always there as the solid ground underneath your feet. It is like the parent that should be there supporting you, nourishing you, feeding back to you what it is that you need to hear in any given time. Allowing yourself to feel the energy of the earth as it gently vibrates
and rises up through the soles of your feet. Imagining how that may feel, how you may see this as it moves gently up through your ankles now, embodying your body with the energy of light as it comes up through your body. Imagining your veins, your capillaries, your muscles, your bones, as you allow the energy of the earth to rise up internally within you, coming all the way up through your legs and coming up through the core of your body, rushing and racing up through your spinal column as you're allowing yourself to receive the information that you need. Allowing your body to feel the earth as it moves throughout your body. Bringing your awareness to your heart now. Allowing us to sit within the heart space that you hold. Allowing your heart to pump gently. We're within the vessels of the heart. We are with you with every breath that you take. We are with you with every pump of your beating heart. We are with each and every one of you, remembering your heart is encaged within your ribs. It is protected and safe and sound. Gently allowing your ribs to gently open slightly as we allow the energy of the heartbeat to gently come out into the environment and the energy around you. Allowing us to send out the healing to many of those on your planet that need to receive the energy of light. We are with each and every one of you. We are aware those who seek out the healing at this time. We send love and the divine light out to as many as we can. It is up to you to be in receivership to receive the love and the light. As you are breathing in and breathing out, you are receiving and you are sending out love into the world. Be the light you wish to see in others. Shine your brightest as you can so that others may see and feel the light. Those who are similar to yourselves will then begin to attract more into your space. Finding those who are similar to yourself and forces and helps how and who you are. Become one with the consciousness of those who are shifting. Reaching out, listening to those who speak the truth that you need to hear. Always stepping forward with the innocent heart, receiving the innocentness in those individuals. As you're within the heart now, be aware of the expansion of love onto your planet. Allow us to send our healing love in every heartbeat that your heart beats. You are as one. We are one with you. We send out the love to those who need it at this time on your planet. Be aware that your earth vibrates. Be aware there is the beating heart within the core of the earth. When you connect and you are grounded like the tree, you are feeling into the heartbeat of the earth, Mother Gaia, as she gives back to you. This is why it is important to connect yourself to the earth, nature, and the environment that you live upon. You can choose where it is that you need to be. Choose the space that is wiser to your soul and frequency, allowing the earth now as the planet Earth moves through internally within you. Feeling the earth as it's rising up and the energy frequency now as you send it out into the earth's atmosphere. You are like the beacons that send out the healing love. Be in this space. Visualize how much your heart vibrates. Visualize how much love you are sending out into the world. You are part of one of those many beacons on your earth. Be aware you are here to send out love and healing too, but it is also for you to receive. What you send out, you must receive. This is the law of the universe. This is the law. As you are there, aware of your breath now, gently, as you are aware, as you breathe in and out. Allow the energy to rise up now into the crown of your head. Be aware as you allow yourself to stretch up and above. We are aware of your light. We are aware of you. We are aware of your energy as you send out on that out breath and in breath, your energy of light around you. May you feel us. May you be aware that you are one with us. You are never alone on your planet. You are never alone. Maybe that you cannot visually see us at times, but we are always by your side. As you're aware of your breath, now gently as you come back into your energy space, be aware as you gently draw down that light through the top of your crown of your head. Draw it down internally into your physical form. Receive it within your heart center. Imagining that we are holding your heart within the palms of our hands. Imagining that we are holding you safe. You are as one with us. Gently closing back into your ribs as you're aware of your breath and your lungs. You are breathing in the energy of life. Your breath is life. You are there within the physical form. Bringing down the awareness as you flow down through your body as the trunk of your body and down into your legs. Allowing yourself always to be plugged into the energy of the earth, the magnetic force of the earth. That will recharge you. That will help with how you are feeling in yourself. Be aware of your breath. Be aware of your physical form. On the count of 3, I'll bring you back into this space. 1, be aware of your breath in your physical form. Be aware of your fingers and toes. 2, wiggling gently. And 3, take a nice deep breath in. Release, let go. When you're ready, open your eyes. Come back into the space. Come back. Okay.